welcome to our final video, 6-6, on how to build your list of targeted radio shows. Now this is my least favorite method, that's why we kept it for the last. Only going to do this in very particular circumstances. Call the station is this method. So let's say, for example, that you live in a large city and there's a #1 show or a #1 station in that city that you know you want to get on. The way I would recommend doing that is to call the radio station and ask to speak to the program director. Now, the program director is the guy in charge of the whole station. He's the one that decides what comes on at 8 in the morning, what comes on at 9 in the morning, what comes on at 10. You get the idea. Call the program director and say, hey, my name is Jim. I think I would be a great guest for one of your radio shows. Could you introduce me to the show you think I would be most appropriate for? So what you're doing here is trying to do an end run around the producer, around the host, and to get on a show going through their boss. Now, a lot of shows aren't going to like it if you do this, but this is how I've gotten on some of my biggest shows of all time. The show that I was on, the biggest radio show, had about 5 million listeners a day. It was the Rusty Humphries show. He syndicated around the United States in about 40 different cities. The way I got on that show was by calling his lead station and asking for an introduction to the producer. They did it. It worked. I got on, and it was a great interview. Sold a lot of books that day. But I want to tell you something. Rusty, great interviewer, but remember how 3 or 4 videos ago I told you the importance of researching your host and knowing what the show is going to be like? That really saved my butt in this instance. Rusty is an attack interviewer. He comes on, he asks 2 or 3 very benign, simple questions. Question number 3 is always designed to trip you up, designed to make you look bad. So if you look at my book, the title of my book is School for Startups. And then the publisher crammed something down here at the bottom, guaranteed success in 90 days or less. I didn't write that part. The publisher of the book forced us to put that there. So what do you think Rusty's 3rd question was? So Jim, how are you going to prove this in 90 days? You can't make an entrepreneur in 90 days or less. I was expecting it because I had done my research. I knew to expect question 3 to be harsh, and I had a great answer. Important to do your research. A good tip. All right, I'll be back in the next module, module 7, with 44 techniques to get on the shows. I'll be right back with module 7.